Assalamualaikum, I'm Nick Shahirul Akmal bin Muhammad Yusuf. Today for lab assessment, lab number 6 assessment. And first, the objective of this lab is to investigate the relationship between voltage, current, intensity and the resistance. First, according to this procedure, I need to construct the circuits according to this figure, and I'm already construct it, and this is the circuit. Okay, first there are two parts in this lab session. First, I need to use 3 volt power supply and increasing it in until 12 volt according to this table 1, and measure the current intensity. So this is how it is done. Change to 5 volt. This is 1200 ohms, and start measuring, and this is the value, and record here, and this is the overall for the first part of this lab I measured, and this is the calculated value, theoretical value, using the Ohm's law formula V equals to IR, and this is the value. The second part is I need to use 5 volt power source, and this time change the resistance value using 68 ohm until 10,000 ohms, and this is how it's done. First, change is 5 using the same circuit. First 68, we try 68 and start measuring. This is the value 73.529 milliampere, and record here. Next, trying 10,000 ohms, and this is the value. The value is 500 microampere, which is equals to 0.5 milliampere. And the theoretical value also using the Ohm's law formula V equals to IR, and basically the both from this table, the value of measured value and the theoretical value is the same. Next, for the question and discussions. First question is about what happened to the current when the voltage was double, triple and quadruple. The answer is the current will also be double, triple and quadruple. The second question is what is the relationship between voltage and current, and from this table I believe that I can see that when the voltage is increasing, the current intensity also increasing, but the resistance value must be constant. So the relationship between voltage and current is directly proportional with the current. Next, third question, what happened to the current when the resistance double, tenfold and etc.? The current will be decreased by tenfold, by double, tenfold and etc. The next question is what is the relationship exists between current and resistance? So from this table 2, I can see that with the constant voltage, when the resistance is increasing, the current intensity is decreasing. So the relationship is current is inversely proportional to the resistance. Next, for the graph, for the first part, table A, table 1, I'm using the normal graph, and this is the graph, which is the linear graph, and this is the equation of this line. Both the measured and theoretical value is what we call it's bertindih. And for the table 2 is I'm using log graph, because both x-axis and y-axis I'm using logarithmic scale, which is this logarithmic scale, both x-axis and y-axis. Because if I'm using the linear graph, the graph looks really, I can see it weird. And this is the graph if I'm using the normal graph, linear graph. And if I put the equation, the equation also, I can see it is wrong. This is maybe because the value is having a huge difference, which is, we can see here that 68 until 2000 the graph cannot contain it. So therefore I'm using logarithmic scale, which is the each of these, if 1 to 10, each line is showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 10. If 10 to 100, which each line is showing 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on until 100 and so on. So I'm using this equation to find which I want to know if it is correct or not. So from this equation, this is I can say it is power equation. And so from this equation I insert it the value x and y, and I can get the correct value. So I'm concluded this is the best graph I can use. Next, for the conclusion, the conclusion is referring to the objective, what is the relationship. So I conclude that the relationship for between voltage and current is directly proportional. Therefore, if the voltage is increasing, the current also increasing by the same factor. Next, for the relationship between current and a resistance is inversely proportional. Therefore, if the resistance is increasing, and the current will decrease by the same factor. That's all. Thank you.